everyone.
Hello, hello.
It's a happy Sunday, right? How's everybody doing? Has everyone fared the storms okay, I hope? Mazzy sees people walking on the path. She'll be...
The zombies.
Yeah. She feels she's in charge of this whole business.
It's her job. She's
the
guard.
She takes it seriously. Okay. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we are PM Artist Studio.
Look a little washed out, I think, because I put that
Cheers.
one. Oh, she's drinking again. She had a rough night with the whole coughing bits. I'm going to pull this a little way.
And then I had a bloody nose. And I had...
That's a little better.
A toothache in my knee.
A toothache in your knee? Is that what they say?
Yeah, I mean, it was just all around miserable. Yeah.
An ache in your knee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been having one too. I don't know what's going on. Alrighty, let's quickly say hello to everybody. And then I got, this is the beginning of the month, so we've got lots of things happening over in Makers. That's the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Be sure to watch the chat. Nightbot will drop lots of, in fact, he just says, there are current commands. We have mods that will prompt him, and then Nightbot will put in that information, links and such. And going through the stream, I will post links and things of that nature as well into the chat. So keep an eye out for those things. Be sure to turn your chat to live chat. Remember that, so you don't miss anything. Because if it seems like, oh goodness, things are weird, that could be the reason, amongst many others.
Why aren't they hearing me? That's what I'm always saying. Why aren't they hearing me?
I feel like I'm missing part of the conversation. If you feel like that, you probably are, and that's because you need to move to live chat versus top chat. All right, good morning to Ann, Barbara, Belinda. Hello, you're new. Christy, Darcy, Dana, Devin, Evie, Fiona, Joni, Judy, Carla, Kelly, Lisa Mingus, Marcia Markle, Mary Ann, Miriam, Nightbot. He's the one that you want to watch for the information. Panka, Ricky, Silver Granny and Grumpy Gnome. That's Lynn, Susan Dufresne, Tina. Hello, you are new as well. Trish, Violet. I think Evie is here as well. I think Kelly popped in there. I think I got most everybody. Oh, Tamari is here. Did I say Violet? Hello, Violet. I'm so glad you're here.
She deserves a two-timer.
She did. Yeah, she does. She's a two-timer. In a good way. A two-timer.
She deserved 2 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it is.
2-timer deserver.
Yeah. Okay. All right, the big announcements. Number 1, we've got Joni here. Joni is in charge of the swaps this month for the month of October, and it is over there in Makers. If you look up at the very top, there's a featured section, and we always try to update that and keep the most recent information there. That's a great place to start if you're looking for swaps.
Okay, now do you sign up? I mean, how do you sign your name? I'm not sure about that.
Yes. So on Joni's, you're going to want on that particular post to put your information, whatever she has asked for, in that post. I saw that she posted it. I don't know what all she asked for, how many people. But
well, should you private message that? Or are you just going to have it out there for, everybody to look at? What about all of those people who troll you?
Well, hopefully that's not happening in Makers. It is a private group. That's why we have a private group. But these are very good concerns. I'm glad you're airing it out there.
Well, I just think of these things sometimes.
Mm-hmm. This is why we have people ask, answer questions.
I mean, I don't really care. Everybody knows our address. And
well, us, yes.
Anyway. So.
Okay, how she does that is you sign up for it. Then she assigns you people, and then it is up to you to then coordinate with those people for addresses and things.
With your exchange person.
Yes. That seems to be pretty standard. I don't know what the rest of the stuff is. And yeah, okay, she says just comment yes and what country you live in. And she will handle the rest. As far as like saying who's going to then talk to who.
Okay.
Okay. And
Sounds
it's tags.
good.
It's tags this month, which, isn't that far off. Now, Anne, I have can you send us some tags?
We either put them up and can't find them, and
I think we used them all.
I think we may have for that one journal because we went really crazy with
a ton of them. Actually, here, I'll show that really quick because then maybe you guys can get a little, this is how we make tags. Everybody makes them different. Where is my tag book?
Well, I'm sure glad I didn't have to find that.
And no doubt.
That's how I organize. I hand it to Mariah.
So I made.
Oh, I remember. That was so much fun.
And it
I
was-
love that.
For one of the collabs, I can't remember exactly which
I've
one,
forgotten all about that.
but I love, here. Why don't you? Because you got the big, or I'll go top side.
Yeah, let me move these.
Yeah. So that's one thing that's going on. P's going to show that. I'm going to go to top side. You don't need to see our big heads.
Oh my gosh. And this is just, I just love this little, I don't know, was this one of the ones that we got out of the thing I took apart, or was this in the sari?
No, I think that's a good question.
I think it was in with the saris.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's silk. It doesn't look like it's polyester. Okay, this was so much fun here because this is a little snippet of fabric. And these are the wings, the feathers on the peacock.
What?
And they have words on the back,
Do you
and then they have little quotations.
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure this was for one of the collabs, but I just, because like it was almost a year ago.
But anyway, those are right there, and this was lovely because this is a Kleenex box, and this is the part of the Kleenex box that
And
you know,
many
the
of
tissues come out.
Yeah, and many of the black and white papers are our papers.
Yes.
That you can either purchase laser prints, or we do have a downloadable set. Certain
Oh,
ones.
and look, and it's full of quotes. We must find time to stop and thank people who make a difference in our lives. John F. Kennedy.
Or you can, Joni says you can make your own tag. Just cut a card stock or whatever and punch a hole at the top. Pink
Okay.
wants to know if there's a particular size. Yeah, I did magnets on that. That's magnets.
I mean, and this was, I don't.
That was an afterthought.
This was completely an afterthought. Okay, here's a tiny little tag that I made, and I told Mariah, I said, I don't care what else you do, you have to use that, because all of these little things were things I
leftovers.
found on my desk when I cleaned it off,
Or on the floor.
or on the floor, the desk or the floor.
That's a clean out tag. And a little
Look at that one.
ATC.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is from
Mo, I think. Isn't it? Yep, Cookie.
Cookie. Oh, I miss her. I miss her a lot. She's recouping though. Okay, now let me get into this booger. There's a lot of
Yeah, and
fluff.
It's been a while.
It says, read aloud. This is, you don't understand. I'm it's all coming back to me now, but I'd forgotten about this. Thank you, Sharon, for the generous package of goodies. What a delight to open each little parcel. As you can see, we have already started using the contents. This tag and the love one are in this Stuffed with Love. Oh, that's what this one's called. Stuffed with Love. Gratitude and Abundance book. P. November 2021.
Yeah, I told you it was like over a year ago.
Okay. Do what you love. A very special happy mail from Sharon and the happy a reminder, Mariah, that this is an important life concept. Did you see how well I recovered
You
from that?
did. I'm proud of you. Now, Sharon's not with us today because she's hanging with her family.
Now, look at the back of this. I mean, this is
That's some work, man. That's some collaging.
That's some collaging. And I'm not really sure who did that.
I did.
Ah.
Well, okay, actually, here's the thing. So,
I did the
Pieces.
collage, you did the cutting out and the placement and the putting
these
together.
were the squares. We used a lot of the squares. So kind of like in a masterboard, but we just did them in small little squares, and then I'd take the squares and I would then collage those together into different things.
And this is one of the tags that I think Sharon sent.
No, we
No.
did that during a live stream with them. When we first started hanging out with Sharon.
That's
yeah.
right, because I actually reached up and cut off a butterfly wing.
Yeah. It's okay, that one needed it.
Well, it was mussed up anyway.
Thank you guys, thank you.
Oh, and look, and this one even
And
has
hello Shannon, welcome.
texture.
Oh yeah, this is when that one is a Carrie Gibson tag. That one that you just had there.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
This one.
that one right there. That's
Oh, yes. Look
That's
at
a
that.
Carrie
Isn't that
Gibson
beautiful
tag.
on both sides? She has nice, cute little snippets here. She didn't sign it. That was I'm sure she
An
did.
oversight.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is one of mine, I remember. And it has both. It has two sides to it.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out.
Felt like we were doing tags
Ladies
forever.
and gents. Okay, I don't even know how this thing opens.
Well, just kind of keep poking around until it pulls. I think it pulls. Yes, there you go.
Well, I mean, you must have misplaced some of your tags or looked at this and not put them back in their
Some of them
proper.
some of them may be back up.
This is
behind us
wonderful
and-
here. Oh yeah, I remember doing that. What's up with this? Is this oh, we have to talk about that. You know, none of this was planned, y'all. Look at that baby. I mean, it weighs about half a pound.
That was from so that was
This
paper.
from Felicia. This is handmade paper from Felicia. You can see the edge here. So then I don't know if I painted on it, just painted random colors on it. Then used the
Yeah, I can't remember that either.
The
And I guarantee
black
it's not on video.
paste. The black modeling paste.
Yeah, the tar stuff.
But now here, this is the texture of the actual paper that Alicia sent us. I do still have a few pieces of that. I'm very, careful about using it because
She's saving
I
it.
don't have it anymore.
Now, careful. See, it has to slide and just leave it out in the open. You're going to tear that pocket. There's some very careful things that happen over there.
Well, and see here. Oh, here they are.
Some others. Things get sticky. It's been in there a year.
Look at that.
Now, those are pieces from Hupo.
And this is
I think.
Lisa's paper in the background there.
Lisa's out and about where she's on vacation. She's vacationing.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee, in some
the
fancy chalet. Man, it's pretty posh too.
Hey, Melody. All right.
Oh, the front is made using Lisa's wax dyed paper and stenciled. And it says, what is this? Oh, cordage from Peg at 20 Crows.
Oh, yeah. Peg sent us some cordage, and then we also have some cordage. I used all of that from
Look at
Susan
this
Taylor
beautiful
Brown.
paper right there.
I used all that on my Shibori journal.
Isn't that gorgeous? Hey, man, these are some tags, I'm telling you.
That is also a Carrie one. I can tell you the Carrie ones because she
Because
does
of her.
short. Well, she also does short little.
She's just
Oh,
those little cute little...
I think what we did is we sent her some things, and then she sewed stuff on some, and she sent them back to us.
I think you're absolutely right. And this is one of my collages.
You can kind of tell there. You can tell P's collaging versus mine.
Yeah.
There's
This is Mariah's collage. My
some
socks
Judy P.
may not match, but my feet are always warm.
That's some Judy P. marbling paper right there.
Oh, it is.
See, that
Maureen
little-
McCullough. And my second husband used to say, and I have another pair just like them at home. He liked to wear boots because then he didn't have to match his socks. Oh, stuck together. But we got you apart. Okay, this is another one of Carrie's.
And I think
That's her cool little stencil. I think I actually have that stencil somewhere.
I don't know. I don't know if you do. I don't know if that's one of hers or if that's before she was really doing her stencil thing.
Well, there's some butter.
That's some butter.
That's
when we
some
first
butter.
got the butter and tried it out.
Boy, look at that. I mean, that is beautiful. That silk there.
All right, so hopefully you guys have gotten some tag inspiration from this.
Moving right along. Here's another piece of Carrie's paper.
Felicia's paper.
Felicia's paper.
And I think that's glued down.
It is glued down.
Simmer down with your try to...
I'm not going to wrestle
No.
that out of there. Okay, well, anyway, that's the tag book.
There's even a video, I think, with that bad boy.
And I'm just going to hand it back to Mariah and let her
Yeah, work things
figure
back.
out how, when you have really complicated things like this,
Don't hand it to P
you don't hand it to me.
to put back together.
I think it's amazing because, it's so funny. We were sitting here this morning and she says, okay, are you going to do the rest of the collage today? And I said, I think I am because I don't think I'm going to be able to give you directions adequately.
And I wasn't following them per our, latest updates, which we'll get to in just a second.
Okay, this is exactly.
Okay. Do you want to tell that real quick?
No, you
I have
go
more
ahead.
announcements.
Oh, you have more announcements?
I do. But I can wait.
Let me just hurry up and say this. Okay, I'll put it out here. So, she said, well, this is very PM Artist Studio because it either starts over there and comes here and back and forth and back and forth. And that is exactly how this is done.
Yeah.
So, that's very much our style.
And then she got a little grumpy with me yesterday.
I told her not to glue anything else down. That was all I said. I wasn't.
No, and to stop mucking it up with the marker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm covering that mucky muck
I
up.
saw that.
Well, it was either that or lop off the page. I couldn't lop off the page because of this really wonderful bee down here.
Oh, that I did fix.
Yes.
So that fix was acceptable.
That one is acceptable. This one up here is just
not.
mush.
He
looks like he got swatted. And didn't.
I think that's where the sun was coming, and when it kind of... This is a hot spot.
Well, I should have made a little ray.
Yeah. Yeah, which direction is that sun coming from? Are you looking directly into it, or what?
Okay, now it's your turn.
Okay, now back to announcements. All right, so that's the tag swap that's happening over there in Makers. Be sure to watch for that.
Am I signed up for that, or do I have to go in and do that?
You have to do that.
Okay. I think I'm signed up for postcards.
Well, you don't really sign up for postcards. You just kind of do them.
And how do I know who to send them to?
Well, you just tag Paula, or you just tell people that you're doing postcards. That one's a little more loosey-goosey.
Oh.
Because it doesn't require any swapping. It's just posting postcards that you made.
But I don't know. I don't have people's address to send them to.
We're not... Okay, once again, that one's more loosey-goosey because it's really about just posting the pictures of the postcards that you have made. Now, if you want to send them off to people, great, whatever, I suppose. You got to talk to Paula
I could just post
about
it
that.
and said whoever messages me first, I'll send it to you. How about that?
You can do that.
Okay.
Amazingly, it is our group, and I think that,
And I don't.
Well, I do appreciate you talking to me about it because I might, if you're acting up. I did remove her from
all
the PM
contrary
Artist
to what
Studio.
Mariah says, she does have rules.
I do have certain ones.
She does.
They're usually within my little bubble of things, and then I.
Yeah, she doesn't want you going rogue on some kind of font. That seems to be her big one. I'm always...
Poor Judy. She's like, are you mad at me? I'm like, no, I am not mad at you. This is a me thing. This ain't you. This is all about me.
Boy, I'll tell you what, if my feelings were going to get hurt, that's what they've been hurt over, because she's like, no, I don't, that's not what I want.
Yeah. So, no worries. So, that brings me to Judy P. She now has the new one, and we decided that I think it might be easier for the header thing, so you guys can just post regular, and then that way you can post multiple pictures in like a regular post. But if you want to be considered for November's header, Paula is our big winner this month, and then make sure that you have that hashtag, the Makers Header NOV 22, and then each month it'll change, so that way we can...
I'm not doing that.
That's good. We should allow our members to participate
Excellent.
in that.
I'm so happy to hear that. I can't handle all of those instructions there.
All right, so I think that's it. We do have the giveaway, the $100 giveaway. That information is also updated and in the featured area. So I think we have talked about all the business of the group and things. Let me know, guys, if I... Yes, and you are so on that, Judy P. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are just rocking it. And, I mean, everybody doing the different things in the group, it makes me happy because it's getting people involved, and you don't have to get involved in everything or,
Yeah.
do what's comfortable with you. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, Gayla.
Gayla!
She has been keeping a Zibaldone for years and never knew it.
I know. Me too. I have a box full of them that Mariah's not allowed to read until I'm dead.
And then I thought I lost them when we moved. I got them. It's because I always shove them back somewhere, so I'm not tempted to,
Yeah, because she's very nosy. She reads other people's mail.
Yeah. Know things about my mother that I'm not ready to know about her.
There you go.
Sometimes you just don't want to know things about certain people.
Yeah. Changes your whole perspective.
It really does.
Okay.
I find that more so true even now that, I have a child. But I think, yeah, that probably wouldn't, I don't think I probably should share that.
Well, at least wait until, you're old enough to get drunk together and then you can share it.
True that.
That's how I...
Yeah, operated.
More or less, yeah. Hey, I've got a lot of stuff to do today.
Yeah,
we need to
let's
move
do it.
on. Let's don't be lollygagging.
All right, enough of this.
I matched my bee thing down here at the bottom.
Yeah, you did.
Look at that. I think that was my inspiration, and it was in my subconscious. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I have enough whiskey here.
Oh, I'll get you some more. She got kind of hooty the last time she was drinking.
I am really seriously just sipping it, and then I'm taking a drink of the warm coffee.
Mm-hmm. It's like a coffee toddy.
Well, otherwise I get so raspy that I don't like to.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Sounds like I've been smoking cigarettes or something. I haven't.
That's good. That's good. Oh, Colleen has a question. Okay. How are they judged and by who? Okay, so the header piece. We're just going to pick them. I think. I'm going to
Well,
leave
everybody
it to Judy
votes. You get one vote.
Or did you leave the voting in, Judy? I don't know. Talk to Judy. I don't remember.
Yes, it's the like, love, and care, I think.
Yeah.
And they are assigned pointages.
But I think,
One,
I don't know if
2,
we
and 3.
continued that or not. That was this last month, and then we were kind of like, well, we don't know if we really loved the whole
Well, I
competition.
followed those instructions when I voted.
Well, that's good.
I think
I just don't.
did.
I think we might just.
Sometimes I forgot if I voted or not, so I might have voted 4 times.
She's already breaking rules.
I wasn't intentional.
I know.
It's because I was going through. I was going, oh, I like that one.
And I like that
Oh, I
one.
like that one. And I went, remember, no, I'm supposed to do like or love or care.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's too much for my present brain wave condition.
Brainwave condition.
The waves are sloshing against.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, the voting was a little, took the voting out. So basically, I think Judy and I will get together and say, hey, this one looks like it was really popular. We love it. It's going to make a great header. That's something to keep in mind, or I would like for you guys to keep in mind. One of the reasons I absolutely loved Paula's is that it was just a straight on, kind of view. Normally me love some
Slanty stuff.
slanty, Instagrammy kind of funky pictures, but for a header, a nice just clean straight on, and it can even be a book, because one of the other ones I really did love and was very considerate, was, I think it was Maxine's, but it had the skulls and stuff, because I thought, oh, that'd be very
October-y.
yes, plus it was colorful
Pardon me.
and fun. I really liked that one a lot too. You guys all did great. And then I loved Christy Hartman's, because of course, her botanical prints and things are just absolutely gorgeous. It was hard, for sure, but I think it's hard enough, and then we'll just kind of pick them. But maybe keep in mind, the time of year and everything, because that might be fun. Okay, she's getting bored.
Now we're coming into turkey season.
Turkey lurkeys.
Turkeys. Okay.
But keep it arty. I want turkeys.
Okay. I don't know how much of the gluing down of this thing I'm going to do.
No?
I am going to do some so that you understand what my process is, as opposed to Mariah's process. Okay, am I top view?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Have I been top view
Yep.
a long time?
Yep. Long time.
Oh, thank God they had something to look at. I hate looking at a
Yeah.
blank piece of paper.
Yeah, you've been.
Okay. So, number one, we had to have something there to cover up the smushy bee.
Hey, Jim. Welcome.
And I told Mariah, I said, I really think we need to bring in more variety here on the flower scene, color-wise. But I think all of this yellow is just too much, and I think,
Yeah.
so
It was a lot.
I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and make some more pink flowers. And I looked at these, and I was just like, I don't know. They're just not quite right. So I had a piece of, I mean, it had some other stuff on it. I don't know what it was.
You got to walk through this very slowly because I was even having a hard time following this yesterday.
Okay, so you see the background on these flowers here? Let me get one from back over here. And I'll show you my torn off edges.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with it now. Yesterday, not so much. And I'm very happy that I spent time doing what I did yesterday.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't take any of that away.
No, she has...
I just added to it.
Well, I don't know.
All right, so I had this...
Adding by obliterating. It's addition by subtraction.
Excuse me. All right, now you can see this flower, and I think it came out. Look, it came out right there. How about that?
Look at that.
Look at that. So what I did was, you can see this stencil. I've been using it. I made quite a few of these that I really like them.
There's, yeah, got some.
So I had
paper.
all this buildup of paint on here, and I had, you know, I put it down, and the reason I put paint down is because it sticks better once you have paint. If you're dealing with a new stencil that hasn't been used, it sticks good to the plate. But once
naked
you
plate.
yes, the naked plate. Once you get some paint on it, like this has been, I mean, this has been very much used. It's better to paint.
Yeah.
Word.
Okay,
so I had all the paint on this side from doing this here. And I just thought, well, what a waste. I'm just going to flip that over here. And I brayered it down and everything. And then, I don't know, and I kind of picked up one edge. And I was like, oh, man, I really want to catch all and use all that paint. So what I did was, you can see the paint on here. I just rubbed it all off with this thing until all of it came off onto the negative space. So I've got background,
right,
which was, you know, on the back of the stencil inadvertently. I didn't know this was going to happen. But by the time I got through rubbing all this off and I peeled this off, the back all peeled off onto the paper also.
You guys get all that? I still don't know if I totally follow, but I get enough of it that basically there was some paint on the stencil.
Paint on the stencil, which came off after rubbing vigorously to move this around. And this was really wet. I mean, the dry ones don't work so well. You have to have the moisture. And you just bring in the paint that you've got on your stencil and rub it around in there. And I mean, look at those. Look at those flowers. I mean, how else would you get something that looks so cool as that? And I think it worked really well because this is just so stark white and clean looking. And the rest of this stuff on here is kind of mucky.
All right. Oh, hey, Anthony's here. That's awesome. All right.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I got some things here. This is pretty funny. And some comments and things. All right.
I'm waiting.
Okay. Sugar Skulls Day of the Dead month for UKers. 5 November fireworks bonfire night. 5th of November. Okay. And then
Guy Hawks.
Yes, that cold stuff is bad, my son. So okay.
Or Fox.
All right. Carrie Griffith says, "Can I?" He's so sweet. Can I risk being very objectionable? Okay. Can you put the collage back out there?
Oh yes.
But it's a personal opinion and given in constructive, loving way.
Oh, absolutely.
I find the top third a bit busy on my eye. Yes, we've been struggling. This is the struggle. The struggle is real.
It is. And it's almost like I agree. It's going to be less so once these get glued down because they're going to kind of be absorbed into the paper. And I think that some of your objection is, I think it is busy, but we have busy bees buzzing.
Justification,
absolutely. What I tried to mitigate that with was I gave Mariah this paper here.
There was a lot more busy, remember?
It was a lot more busy. Oof. So we toned it back some. And, yeah, I do. I think it is. It's very busy. I think the whole thing's very busy.
Yeah, I think it's nature. Nature's busy.
Yeah. A lot going on.
Okay, so that was so sweet. Okay, and then
Yes.
Anne says at stitching that would be a challenge combine Halloween, Day of the Dead, Guy Fawkes, and Thanksgiving. A turkey eating a jacket potato in a cemetery with a pile of candy. I like that. I like that on so many levels. That's hilarious. Okay. Yes. The group is getting so big it takes ages to say hello. I think a blanket hello for everybody. I don't think anybody gets terribly offended by that.
What?
Because now chat is getting quite a few people in it, so just a hello everybody, or you know. And
Oh yes.
You kind of want to do some individual.
Oh,
ones.
you mean when each people come in and say, yeah.
I think that's perfectly acceptable.
Absolutely.
Anthony Cody is here. He has some very beautiful berries that he posted the other day. Oh, it is an English cottage garden, wild and lovely. Mother Nature doesn't hold back on her design.
No, she didn't. She kind of just vomited flowers all over the place and.
Jerry, trust me, we had the exact same conversation. I mean, we've been
back and forth on this. Yeah,
so,
it's
yeah.
very.
Your observation was spot on.
Okay, now before I'm going to glue down this corner over here just because I see that that's what all that background was. So that got covered up with the blue, and I do consider that you need areas for your eyes to rest. Okay? I've tried to create some rhythm here with the red flowers and also with the bees. Boing, 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 boing.
That's why we didn't use the yellow bees. They were just another like, ah.
Well, and then I made more bees. I mean, I have bees up the wazoo.
She's been a busy little bee.
I have been. Look at these.
We went and did Izzy's dance thing. Here, I'll hand that over. She wanted us to show you guys. She's like, are you going to show that in the stream? They got to do crafts and...
This is it's not a dead chicken. It's a pom-pom.
And she had her hair in her space buns. So that's why I have a hat. It's
kind of wonky.
Sitting up top there. I was like, we could Photoshop that.
Oh, it is just so hysterical. Okay, here's our baby.
Up front, center.
Up front, I mean, seriously, literally. She wasn't behind her person.
No.
And she picked
was
her
right
person.
there. Oh yeah, she's right there. She had ombre hair.
Yes, because she had ombre hair.
She flocked to her like a little moth.
And it was just hysterical. So I mean, here she is, front stage center.
Hi, Maggie.
Mariah, on the other hand, when she was little, she would have been in the back.
Oh, just trying to get out the door.
Watching. Very, she studied a lot.
It didn't necessarily need to be a part of it.
Izzy, she's, she has no concept.
She even said, Mama, did you see? I was right up front. I'm like, yes, I.
Yeah, we saw you.
Yeah,
We couldn't miss you.
Yeah.
You were very much up front. Okay, I'm going to set this over. Well, I'm hoping I can get it both on there at the same time.
Yeah, so what's the plan here?
Okay, so the plan is, I want to go the other way.
Oh, and then hopefully we can give an Archie update too, because there's.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to Archie. All right, so I tore out about 1 million of these things. I'm gonna show them to you. I made special paper for stems.
Oh yeah, we got the video. Oh, you've got quite the stem situation there.
Yeah. Because here's the problem. Over here on this side, there aren't very many stems. You've got stems over here. But over here is these little nodule things, right? So I thought, well, they really do need something breaking up that space.
Well, if you wanted to hand that over to me, I could fill that in with more green.
Well, what I thought would be great, because we've got all these horizontals.
Mm-hmm.
We need some verticals. This is going to supply that.
Okay.
So what I did is I cut them apart and glued them on a little bit of an angle so that they weren't absolutely, like ruler straight.
Devin says, STEM research paper. Yes, what's the proper STEM? One needs various sizes.
Yes, you do. Okay, so these are the ones that have not been...
You good?
I'd have to replenish my whiskey supply.
Yeah. R matey. I got you.
Okay. So, I've got all these little boogers out here to put in here. And I want them to meet. I'm going to tear them so that they're really looking like they're part of the soil here. So it needs to move down a little bit. But can you see?
Oh, that's a very good idea.
What?
Carrie says, M, why didn't you let P use the paper shredder? Actually, I'm not in charge of the paper shredder. It's in Castle's bedroom.
Yeah, it is.
Him and Izzy shred things.
Okay, now I've got this going on here, and I'm just going to break that up just ever so slightly with some just random things there going there.
Do you have your glue? Are you going to start gluing things?
No, I'm really not.
Are we going to glue things today, or just going to show it and then we can glue it?
Well, I'm not gluing. I'm not gluing anything because number one, I really suck at gluing.
She does. That's why I was asking.
I want to have some going. I don't know. Maybe I'll have this one coming up here and looking like it, because I need to fill in this space here. I don't want the stems going up the bee's butt.
Another play on the bee hole.
That might be a little bit heavy duty.
So if you get it all laid out,
I'm going to mess about with it. And anyway, I don't want to make these decisions hastily just to get something done on camera. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I will mess with this for hours. And I don't think that's really something that you would like to particularly see. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about was my bees. I ended up just coloring the stencils.
Because she's like, they're perfect, just like that.
Yeah.
But you can't get that.
Because here is, oh, whoops, see, this is, you can't breathe on these things. Just,
no, heavy breathing.
oh, heavy breathing. Good Lord, if I'd coughed, they'd all ended up over there on Mariah. And I really, and that way I could decide, do I want them going this way or do I want them going this way? Well, I picked this one. I might have to fix him a little more. He's a little dark. But anyway, ended up using those. I do still have those in the background, which I like.
They're very curious about the shredder being kept in Van's room. It's because he would drive us crazy out here. So we just said that we were moving it because he has a little desk area in his bedroom.
Yeah,
because he's the shredder.
He's the shredder. That's his job. We take him our shreddings.
So him and Izzy shred.
Okay, so I've got plenty of stuff to do that with. I wanted to share with you very quickly my pile of papers.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Darcy. You see, that was one of my other announcements. I gotta really need to write this stuff down. I have been adding prints. There will be more to the shop. And they are matted. And there will be more. I'm just...
Okay, now, this is what Mariah started off with here. But I went ahead and did a whole bunch more.
So much more.
Of this green.
You guys might be getting these in your
green
little packets.
Stuff. Okay? Alright. So, got that. Have more bees, which we didn't even end up using.
Those were the...
These were the bright yellow bees. We just decided they were too
bright.
Too bright. And for whatever reason, didn't end up using this, which is kind of nice.
I know, but again, like...
Yeah,
it wasn't right.
These came very close to what I wanted. And that's really when I started thinking about, why am I spending all these time? I'll just here's the real deal. And here's some more attempts at bees. And then here's the pull of the bees from there. And here's
this is
another
why she's better at like creating a
pull
composition
of
on the
bees.
plate.
Now you can see this just didn't happen like zoom zoom. It was a gradual process where I had to kind of go through and say, hey,
buzz.
that's not working. I'm very proud of this one. This is a Franken stencil from an outer. I think this was the some kind of seaweed or something. But look at this. Look at how cool this is. Kind of looks like wasp's nest.
I love the wasp. I think we need to.
But I thought this was a stellar print.
Yes.
And that's how I got it, was I put this right.
Oh, and that's from the
No.
fan coral, right?
Oh, I don't know for sure. I don't know how that went. But anyway, I got that. I thought that was very cool too.
Flip it over. Notice where the paint is. Flip
Yeah.
it. No, the other side. Flip, flip, flip. There you go.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I had that down, then I lifted it up and pulled the print. Because I did have to leave that on there.
Oh, Darcy says I don't love wasp, but the colors on that wasp print are great.
Thank you. All right, here's another one. And he sort of does, you have to kind of work at finding the wasp there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's okay. I think it looks like a woodcut.
It does.
Here's a failed one. You can see the wasp over here. And what I discovered doing this was, if you want a nice crisp image of whatever it is that you're doing, you need to use the heavy body acrylic. Don't use the fluid. The fluid's great for pulling quick pulls, making backgrounds, doing ombre, not so much for creating this nice image. Here's some here's some ghosty bees. Oh, and that brings me to this. All right, remember I told you about this stuff, that one of the little jars that
And it leaked out.
no, it broken.
Yeah, well, you told me that. You didn't tell
Busted the bottom. I didn't really realize it. So I just had them all setting up here on my desk back
was
there.
oozing out?
And when I started putting them away into the drawer, I was like, how did that get there on the... because I wiped them all off before I set them down. But I picked it up, and then you could see that it just... a little hairline crack right there on that edge leaked out. So I had a buttermilk that was almost... it had a tiny little bit in the bottom. And I put that in there with that. And that's what that color is. Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing here. Ghosty bees. More bees. More bees. Wasp. And I think that's actually the wasp that I got from the other thing there. More bees. I really, it's not from lack of effort that we don't have bees. Oh, and here, this is the snake skin.
Yeah, I'm hoping you can play with that a little bit more today.
Well, if I can find it. All right. So, I have been busy. I have not been lollygagging. Well, I have been a little bit lollygagging.
Cave painting bees. I think a couple people said that.
All right. Now, here, I want to talk about this.
I'm going to bag that. Why is the light?
Yeah. All right. I'm going to talk about my Archipelago.
Oh, here, I'm definitely backing out. Hold on.
Okay.
There we go.
So I did this. I painted the black gesso on when it was dark, and you can see I've missed spots.
I think you spent a total of probably like 4 days
Yes. Very
covering that thing.
and I'd work until I just couldn't stand it anymore, and then I would do something else. But I finally did get the base all covered, and I've started, painting it with the black gesso, which is not my favorite thing to do. I really hate that stuff. It
gets everywhere.
goops me up. And all right, so I do not like this patina. I don't like it. I can see the edges of...
Oh, here, I'm going to switch to the front view because that's always the better way to... Whoop. There we go. Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
Hold on.
Oh, front on.
Yeah. Because otherwise you just kind of see this, like,
right,
crazy top side thing. Yeah.
And I don't like it. It's not what I want it to be. I think it might be fine for something else. It's just not what I envision for this. So I've got these experiments going on the bottom here. Because I thought, you know, well, once you stand it up, you're not going to see those anyway.
Well, you can paint over it.
Paint over them, which I will.
You could even put a velvety base on it.
Oh, yeah, I could even put felt.
Yeah.
But we discussed how to make this a little heavier because it's a little top heavy. It topples rather easily.
Carrie had mentioned that.
And he's absolutely right. So I think what we're going to do is just, there are options. I could glue it down to a piece of
Hey, Angela.
flat wood.
Hello, Cheryl.
That's a little bit larger, but, you know, thinner, which will give it a bigger platform. That's an option. Brad says, well, how about if you cut out portions of this, fill it with something, and then cover it again and redo the bottom.
Yeah, like pea gravel or something.
Yeah. And I don't know. That may be an option. I'm definitely going to go for, you know, the path of least resistance. And digging this out, I don't really, I don't know. Just, I don't know yet. I don't have to cross that bridge because I ain't there. And I'm not burning it. All right.
Who knew? It's going to take another month.
You know, the whole thing is, it doesn't have to be, I don't have any deadlines. That's what I love about being retired.
Yeah.
You know, I can futz around and muss about with this as long as I want to.
True that.
Okay. The kind of, it's weird. It kind of looks plummy.
It does have a purple tint.
Purple tint to it. This is the micaceous iron oxide.
Well, and it could even be pulling something out of the paper that could be causing that.
I don't think so because it's been covered in glue.
Oh, well, there went that idea. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just the color.
It's been cut. Yeah, I think it really is. Which I don't know that I've noticed that before. But this is a possibility for a final strategically placed thing. What I'm going to try today is, and I watched Patty do this stuff, where she put down tissue paper and just squirted a bunch of stuff out there. Remember that, Patty?
Patty's
She's
not here right now. Gayla's here.
Gayla, tell Patty that we talked about her.
Gayla said the Power Tex would make it look like bronze, and it would be weatherproof as well. So that's that product that they were talking about before. And I wrote down a note, but then I left my note up here. So
okay, well, I don't know that that's not a possibility, but right now
she's gonna try some things.
I'm gonna try some things, and you know, you never know.
Do I need to go top side? Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
All right, so I need to put down something here because I know this is just going to go all over the place. What do I need to put down? My nose is running.
It's a rough day. Distress oxides would be cool. Think about that.
What is it?
Distress oxides. I don't know that they would work now because it's pretty much sealed. So I don't know how well they would. Because remember, we don't have like a porous surface any longer.
We don't.
Yeah.
We because of the glue.
Oh, Estella says you could use some of the wall texture spray. I'm sure why. We do have some of that, I think.
What is it?
You know, like the stuff that you can spray and it creates the texture for the wall.
Oh.
If you wanted to have that kind of a...
Yeah. Well, And the thing about it is I don't know that I want it to be all the same. Because certain
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
What?
Gluing it to a heavy tile.
Oh.
And I think we probably still even have some tiles.
Left over? Well, that's an easy thing to do. You just go and
Yeah, or probably could get it.
ask them for broken samples. This is my mixture. My clean out mixture. And remember I added green gold to it the other day.
No, they didn't know that. We talked about that.
Oh, did we talk about that? But I didn't talk about it. It has iridescent matte medium, transparent yellow and red iron oxide, and green gold. I just rinsed out the bottles, okay? And I'm going to keep this bottle and start a new washout in there because this one's almost full. All right, so I don't know. Are we
Like,
going to
do
be
you
able
just
to
put-
see this?
Do you just put water in there or what?
Well, I rinse out the bottle with water to get all the goodie out.
And then you put the goodie in the other one? Or what are you talking about?
Well, every time I rinse out a bottle, I pour it in here. So it's got a little water, you know,
Gotcha.
right? Okay. But
Hey, if I'm not following, I guarantee you some other people might not. Or at least
Okay.
that's what I'm telling myself.
All right, so I don't know if people can see this. I don't even know how to hold this, so but can you see any of what I'm doing here?
Kind of, yes. And you think this is going to stick?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Are you going to leave that as a test up?
Yeah.
Judy just gave us $1.99.
Oh,
On
thank you.
Super Chat. She says, cough syrup fun. I tell you, we do.
My problem with the cough syrup.
I think she meant the whiskey there. See,
Oh,
she was being.
oh, my
fun.
cough syrup fun.
Yes.
Yes. That stuff knocks me out.
It does. It makes her goofy as all get out.
Yeah. So if you think I'm bad on whiskey, you should see me on cough
She's
syrup.
best with
I usually just go to bed right after I take that cough syrup.
Mhm.
Okay, so here it is on white, which
Yeah.
I thought about painting parts of this white. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think that I'm really glad I didn't do that. So here's the story. Swatch it out, because what I'm liking here is that kind of cellular. And even if this isn't perfectly sticking, what I can come back in later is come back in with my texture, clear texture gesso, and it'll glue that down and give it that matte finish. Okay?
Well, I'm glad that, so Martha is in I think she's kind of in one of the harder hit areas. And they're having gas shortages and perishables and, I know. I'm sorry, Martha. She's 30 miles south of Orlando. Some
Oh.
people call that Orlando. She still does it. It's funny. We chuckle. She gets a little upset about it,
But anyway, I got this idea for the tissue paper from Patty.
Oh, Susan says she's confused. Is this getting repainted? Yeah, so the bottom of it right now is just getting
I'm testing out my different.
textures and colors and things. Because she painted the whole thing with the black, and she's like, I don't like it. The paper strips are showing through too much. It just,
Yeah, I just need something to make it look less, I don't know, whatever it is, you know.
like it was just a painted paper
Painted
thing.
paper. I'm needing some texture on here. And here's the other thing, you know. If I don't like this all over the place, I can come in and I've got spray paint. Y'all have mentioned some texture, different texture
Products.
possibilities. Options. I've got options.
Okay, good. They have plenty of meat, beans, and rice, and plenty of water.
There you go.
Might get a little tooty, but that's all right.
Yeah. We don't mind. Boy, Izzy's a great tutor. I mean,
She asked me today, is it okay if I toot in the restaurant? I'm like, it's usually frowned upon. But you do you.
she is a tutor. I mean. Okay, so I think I like this. I like the color. And I think it looks a little bit rusty.
Yeah.
And I might come back in with some of the...
That's really what she's been going for. She wants to look like, you know, you need a tetanus shot if you're going to handle this thing.
Yeah. And I might come in with a little bit of this.
Miriam says paper mache paste.
Oh.
We don't know about that, do we? Do you know about
I don't know about that. But see, if I don't want it to be so yellow, I can come in and just do a bit of...
Bring that black back up.
Bring the black back up with the micaceous.
Yeah, the white is too bright and cheerful and whatever.
Oh, yeah. That's just way too. And I like the black showing through, and I think that that's kind of... That's the look that I want.
Now, here's a thought.
Yes.
Just had it. What about painting it all Prussian blue? Or what? Can you swatch a Prussian blue on there? Because, I mean, it's such a signature thing that you do anyway when you...
And it would be nice with the... Oh, Mariah, you are sometimes just so...
Because the black, I think, might just... It's a
be
little
a
stark.
little bit too stark. Okay.
But yeah, let's swatch out some Prussian blue. And you only have a few options as far as...
I think that's indigo. I get my indigos and my Prussians.
No worries, Devin. Devin's going to lurk. She's going to lurk and listen.
Okay.
I'll try to read more comments.
I think that this is Prussian, but I'm not sure. This is Prussian. I can read this. Okay, Liquitex finally, you know, when you write on a blue bottle with black writing, give me a freaking break, folks.
She gets real fired about this.
And I mean, these are the paint people. They're supposed to know this stuff. I don't expect just your average Joe on the street to know diddly squat.
I don't know that the paint people necessarily, you know, the marketing packaging people would be the... But you'd think
Well,
that
they
would
need to
know.
be interfacing a little bit.
Yes. Especially with the elderly crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the people that are buying their damn paints.
Especially
Especially the expensive ones. Your students are not buying that stuff. They're buying Sargent.
Unless their parents are supporting them.
Yes. Yes, Mariah, you remember that?
I knew she'd like that. Yeah, she has some hot topics. I'm already loving that. Now, you may want to paint some of that blue on top of your black, because that's really actually what you're going to have.
Oh, you are absolutely right. And that's just going to give it a depth that...
Oh, sorry. Fran's having abysmal internet at the moment.
Well, I've been having trouble on my...
Yeah, her Facebook's been real.
I can't get the arrows to work.
I need to take a look. You may have also, like, messed with the sizing of the screen. So sometimes that, I was thinking about that. That could have caused some issue.
I've never had it happen before. This is a new one. I did try to go in and look at settings and whatnot, but I didn't find
Hey, Heather.
anything that I thought would be particularly relevant.
I love that.
I do
just seeing
too.
it from the side, not that we're getting a real...
I'm going to clean up my dish because I love having these little dishes. I gave Izzy my palette thing because I was like, it takes up too much room. I mean, most of the time I'm only mixing one color anyway.
blow on it. Oh, yes, if it's keyboard, the cat could have involved in changing settings. We've had that happen.
Oh, yeah. Where's our kitty? Did Van Pull him in his room?
I think so. He's been following me around for days.
Okay, I might have
real
to
needy.
just go ahead and get a new paintbrush because I don't anticipate that one washing out very well.
Okay. You got some options.
All right, here we go. I like these little short stubby brushes that have a lot of paint buildup from lack of. But I mean, honestly, this paintbrush is probably 20 years old. If a day. Okay, I'm getting raspy.
Let's see here. Using stone texture spray paint would unify the piece and cover the paper strip's edges. Oh, yeah, that's true.
What is it?
Some of that spray paint that has the texture stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
Could be an option.
Mm-hmm. Certainly could. Certainly could. All of those things. We need to keep all of those things in mind because, now, I don't know that this is completely dry, but we're going to go for it anyway because I'm kind of tired of messing with this.
Well, this is the Archipenko sculpture. And the bottom of it is getting swatched out to test out some options.
Yeah, I know, and I keep turning this. Which way is best? I need a hole in the table, and then I could, you know, stick its head down in there like those tables they have at the...
You could do it from there because really you're not... We can see it from over here. Top side's not exactly, you know. I can go to you. Just front on view of you, and then that way, just hold it. Yeah.
How's
good.
that?
Yeah. Hold on. There you go. Now you guys can probably see it a little bit more.
Okay. I got a little, probably, hopefully, just enough here. Get down a little. Oh, I don't want to do that one there. I just hope it doesn't go green on me.
So, will this be covered in the gel printed papers? I don't think she's thinking not any gel printing papers. She backed off of that.
Originally, that was the plan. And, I don't know that this is a really, because I haven't left it long enough for the...
Yeah, be careful. You're going to go green.
Yeah, well, and see, it's mixing in with it because it wasn't dry. So that's really not a true test of things there. I don't know that I hate it.
Yeah. Here's some thought. I think you need to paint the entire thing Prussian blue because I really love that idea. Second thing that I need to do is I need to make spray papers for you.
You need to make what?
I need to spray them. And then you can crinkle them and put them on there.
I think that's a step that's non-essential. I can get that done with this. I really think so. Now, this is going to look different once it dries also.
I think you need to go with the red or... I don't like the yellowy with it. Because either way, it's going to turn a greenish. And I like the red and the blue together more so.
Well, I'm going to let those dry, and I'm not going to make a decision about that right now.
Okay.
And I think, valid point, I could go with more red there, which would augment and take away from the green.
Yes.
Because of the complementary color thing.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm thinking it's just fine black. I don't think I'm going to gain that much.
Yeah, we had thought that, and I've been pushing for it, Susan. She said I understood the Archipenko gel prints were going to cover it. Yeah, that was sort of the plan.
Here's the whole thing.
It could cause yes, it's going to cause too much.
You're going to be taking away from the aspect of the sculpture and focusing on the prints.
Yeah.
And that's not what I want. And the thing about it is I could make Archipenko prints that had very low contrast. But I'm just thinking, that...
And also says that one shouldn't make serious decisions while sipping the cough syrup.
True that.
Notice we
By
haven't
golly.
glued anything down, and we are only testing things. No actual decisions are being made today.
No actual decisions will be made today. All right.
Not until everybody's better, clear-minded.
And I've had time to mentally ruminate. Because, Susan, I think it is an important thing to know that you have a plan.
Yeah.
But when other options or other things evolve in the process, there's nothing wrong with changing your mind about that. Especially if it's a better decision aesthetically. Yeah. And that's where I am with this. I originally started out making all of those.
Candy says, wow, this just proves I'm in the right group.
What?
That we're not, it's like...
I don't, and I really, you start off with a plan. You got to have a plan. I mean, you can't just pull something and flop it down on the page. I'm not saying do that.
That's kind of a cool idea. Carrie says, could M use the collaged Archipelago prints to create a photo backdrop for the final piece?
I love that because I've got a wad of them.
Oh, or even like a little book.
An accordion.
Where we could kind of document.
And it would be this tall as Archie. And it could be a little backdrop for it. Oh, I love that.
It could even.
And like a triptych.
Oh, almost, yeah, like a silkscreen panel kind of.
It's a triptych. Big one at the back, and the panel's coming out this way. And I guarantee you I've got enough stuff to do it with.
Okay. I'm digging on that idea.
Yes.
Tell you what, Carrie's earning his keep today.
He certainly is. But, Mariah calls it calling my shots and whatnot. Even if I do, I have a plan for something. I've always in the back of my mind, I've got 2 or 3 other things that have possibilities there when I start out.
Yeah.
Simply because that way you're not going to frustrate the dog do out of yourself. Because when I get into that, I'm going to make this happen.
See that?
Okay, that I'm not a very nice person. Because when you are in that mental state of I'm going to make this happen,
never goes well.
You've got blinders on. You only see what's in front of you. You do not see all of these little, possibilities out and about. I'm knocking over my water with brushes. Okay.
Now what? I'm going to go back to topside. Boy, we're doing a lot of camera movement today.
Well, that's what it's for.
That's right.
Oh, see, look at that.
You going to make some more cool snake things?
I am, and I'm just thinking I need to use some of that.
That looks like rust right there, like when it gets all corroded up,
See? Cleaning out your thing. You have to be open to the possibilities. Don't be carving your plans in granite. Because, number one, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Hard. As in the material's really hard. But also, it's gonna make your shoulder really tired, all of that. Banging on rock. Don't bang on rock. And for God's sake, don't be banging your head on the rock. It's, doesn't get better. All right, look at those nice, clean plates. All right.
And just to keep you, I don't know, I think I missed something about eating moles, but some things are just better kept to themselves. Roasted Brussels sprouts and then chocolate for dessert. That's the height of diplomacy there. I love Brussels sprouts. I love roasted Brussels sprouts. I don't even mind them if they are actually steamed, but they need to have some good flavor. I don't mind them in soups. Actually, soups is the best but roasted Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
That's some bomb.
Well, they're just baby cabbages, y'all realize.
And I like it if you break them up enough, and then you get the crunchies. I like that a lot.
Okay. What?
Yes, exactly, Lisa. And I think somebody else had mentioned the poster board I think that would work really well. And then Lisa Mingus says, in my mind, I'm seeing a project board like kids have for the science fair, cut down the size. Yes, I think that would be fantastic. I like it.
I do too. And I think that that would be very much appropriate. We may even have to redo our lighting so that we can have a spotlight on it.
Kayla says it seems a bit early for us to be spiraling out of control that early in that P&M way. Yeah, it is a little early.
Right, I'm going to have you go because I don't know how much time I've got left, but
You got 50 minutes. That's why she said it was a little early.
I need a little more cough syrup.
Okay, I'll go get it for you.
You know, women back in the Victorian era used to drink medicinal liqueurs like, I don't know what, I think sherry.
Well, are we talking about like opium?
No. Well, laudanum. They would give it to women who were hysterical. And if you were anything, you know, the least bit sexual, they would consider you hysterical and they would be giving you stuff to get you out of that frame of mind. Okay, well, I've got some good little pieces here. I'm going to put these over with Archie. And Mariah, remind me, we need to check the swatches before we go because they're going to be, yeah. Okay, I put these flowers down just because I had a little bit left over, so I just went ahead and brayered on there, and I want to see what they look like when I pull them off with some very dark purple. This is the other thing that I was thinking, you know, rather than having, and that's when I pulled that stencil and the paint came off from the back, so it was kind of a negative image. I have to clear off my brayer. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. Okay, that was a very nice amount of paint. I don't even have to take anything off. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, mercy.
Well, I figured, you know.
Cheers.
Oh, thank you, Darcy.
Yeah, and thank you for the, because I think I've been drinking all of Brad's good whiskey.
No, I heard her. Darcy, does Em know how chatty P gets when she leaves the room?
Look at that.
Ooh.
Now that is this stuff.
Your mix.
My mix.
It seems like it needs a little more mixing, but...
Well, it does it down at the bottom, doesn't it? I keep whacking it about. But I kind of like that, you know, stripey effect.
Welcome, Chocolate Coffee Rainbows.
Oh!
Do you have a name? I mean, that is quite fantastic, but...
Chocolate strawberry?
Chocolate Coffee and Rainbows.
Oh, yeah. All right, now this is a leftover from my flop-offs from all of my...
Yeah.
Fleurs.
Flower getting.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be really nice. I'm thinking some Prussian.
Sherry. All right. Oh, and for my YouTube collabers, I have posted in our group if you want to sign up. I think most people kind of have. But...
For what?
Or if anybody, because we've had a few people that like have stuff going on this next month for our objects otherwise considered trash. That's what the Maker's Creative Collab is going to be, which is like coming up. I almost feel like I should have pushed it out another week, which we still could do, but I need everybody to kind of vote on that. Hey, Ginger.
Okay, I'm using some quinacridone red because it's the most clear that I've got. I don't want green going on here.
The most true to red Is that what you're meaning?
Well, it was more transparent than the others that I have.
Oh. It's a lot of paint.
Soupy paint.
You need to have a YouTube channel that has more than 100 subscribers. And then, you know, I need to know you.
What is this?
For the YouTube collabers. For the Makers Creative Collab.
Ah.
Which I think at some point I might up that amount. I don't know. Because I'm trying
I'm just
to keep
really
it
working
consistent.
this around, and you can see that I'm
Yeah, a little bit.
friends hollering because I'm overbrayering.
Frannish. Are y'all learn?
Now I'm just pulling off.
Okay. Christy's a yes. I'm pushing it out another week. I just felt like, oh man, I just kind of, I don't know why I didn't. But okay, that would be great. And then, yeah, and Sherry's gonna, Black Dog Design, she's gonna be part of the collab, so she might even put a little extra time since she's kind of jumping in here.
We're just getting this one open so that we can possibly use it for other things. I don't know if this is going to
Snakeskin. Wanna do the
dry
snakeskin?
in time or not, but look at that.
Ooh. See, I tell you, sometimes I just think that, like, whatever you're doing is going to be like, okay. That makes me happy.
I think that's a good one. Oh, we forgot about these little dudes. I got to get a new piece of paper here.
Okay, so are you... Yeah, I know. I didn't think about that, Darcy. But yeah, you're exactly right. Because usually when there's kind of a holiday there, I will push it back out, or push it out a little further. So I think everybody's kind of in agreement, but I'll follow up in the group. And then yes, if anybody does have a channel and you want to participate, let me know, because we're getting started.
All right, so what we talked about here, and I think it might...
Anthony Cody, the Baron Maker, he taught middle school for 18 years.
Oh my goodness, what subject matter?
I don't know, but he said, but he never resorted to drinking.
He never resorted to drinking?
She liked the middle school.
I like middle schoolers.
They
understand me. My sense of humor.
And respect her authority when she gets
And
all
sort of a little bit naughty. I'll tell you what, we had... Okay, so I know you all heard me talk about Prudence Mapstone before, and I absolutely love her. She's a free-form crochet artist that does absolutely fabulous things with yarn. Crochet and knitting. She does both of them. And other, I think I don't know if she sews stuff, but anyway, she's in Australia and she's wonderful. If you don't know about her, you need to look her up and look at her stuff because it's fabulous. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. So I decided we needed to have some kind of a soft, but we wanted to, I wanted them to create sculpture, something three-dimensional from a piece of yarn. So I went to the home ec, the life skills teacher.
Whatever they had named it that year.
Cute little, they don't call it home ec anymore. And said, I want to know one stitch. I don't want it complicated. I want to know how to do one stitch to crochet. And I'll take it from there. So she did. She taught me, 2 on, 1 off. And I mean, if you know that, you just go from there. They made up their own stitches. They made up their own sequences of things. But one little girl came back after we'd been doing it about a week, and she said, Mrs. Carmichael, my mother says that you don't know how to crochet. I said, honey, you're absolutely right, and that's not what we're doing here. We're not creating baby blankets. We're creating sculpture. So, had kids come up. Okay, so one kid challenged
Did the mother,
Oh.
did the mother come back or anything?
No.
Just
I mean,
like
I agreed with her. I said, yeah, you're right. One kid made a 28-foot crocheted chain. Double. I mean, that's all he did. I don't know.
You know what? There's stuff like that hanging in museums.
Absolutely. I said, it's a good start on something, sweetie. But he was engaged every day.
Yeah.
And was proud of his product.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I had one young lady. I will never forget her.
This is funny. So Fran asked, who's fabulous? And Anne wrote back, you are Fran.
Fab Fran.
She is. Fab.
Anyway, one little girl, she came up and she brought this sculpture and it was almost finished. And I noticed you just kind of need to go out the top. And I said, isn't this interesting? I think you've got the start of a fruit bowl. Well, here's a fruit bowl. 2 apples
science and math.
And a banana. Mm. I said, I think it's absolutely wonderful. Now, you might want to add some more fruit. Because it was going to be displayed for...
Right. Need more fruit.
You need more fruit at the base of your banana. But we both knew.
Yeah.
We knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
But that's
nudge,
junior
nudge.
high age. I love their sense of humor. And, if you can kind of not be such a stick in the mud about things and whatnot, they're wonderful. And you get them on your side, and you just go with it.
All right. You're going to pull that with
I'm going to pull this with something.
iridescent bronze. Is what we discussed.
But I've kind of changed my mind a little bit. I'm kind of leaning towards, am I knocking on?
Your paints are just, they're like bunnies. They just keep making more. Or they keep heading in this direction. They're on the march.
Okay, I want to, because I have to think about this, the body of the bee. The body of the bee. I don't want to go too dark, but if I go too light...
Yes, we discussed this whole copper business. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm almost just thinking...
She did, remember she did talk about this.
Yes, I did.
I had my mind set.
Yeah. She thought she knew
Yeah.
what we were doing. But she didn't really.
You're right.
All right, so I'm thinking this. These two.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
I like it. I don't know if it's going to be punchy enough, but I think that in a way that's probably good, because probably what was going to happen with the iridescent bronze is it might have obliterated some things.
Yes, it would have. I know it would have. And I wanted to avoid that. But this is still opaque enough.
So that was the golden.
Interference gold, fine. And Deco Art metallic.
Yeah.
Yada yada.
Copper.
It's cool. I can see the...
I can too. And that's usually a good thing. Like if you're seeing that pattern kind of raise up, you've got it. That's good. You've got the paint on there well enough. Now you're
that it's going down into the nooks and crannies and crevices and whatnot.
Right,
and I don't know what's happening up there. I didn't like that.
Okay, you need to back off and get your paper down. They're all chuckling about you changing your mind again. Big shocker.
On what?
But then I did say, remember, she did talk about the copper.
Yeah.
But I think that we were going to go with a darker copper, so I'm happy that you brought in the lighter gold.
Well, the thing about it is, I wanted our little bees to shine.
Yeah. Okay, bring them up. Up.
Pardon? Oh, sorry. So, the reason I did is because, remember, that was all just naked plate. I love my little one-eyed bee here.
I'm winking.
He's so cute.
Or he's a scrappy one.
And
Or her.
her.
Are the bees worker bees or boys?
Yeah, and this really needs to be like this. Because this is the bottom. I think.
Uh-huh. I like that.
It brought out all of the nice honey quality of the comb using that color combo that we just used. And accented the negative space of the bees. All right, let's put that aside and let that render.
Oh, Sherry's going to get her stencils. Yeah, tomorrow. Hopefully, yes, they will deliver tomorrow.
That's not dry yet.
Yes, she did have some breakfast today, so that's, yeah, she should be doing better.
Yeah, I should be. I'm going to pull this. It's not very interesting, but I want this plate. Oh, it was just a leftover that I just...
Ooh. You can crack that edge there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Carrie's. He didn't burn that print. Doesn't matter. Yeah, see, it does matter.
What?
Cracking the edges with the... Or did you mean the B one? Did you run your Baron over the B one you put down? Okay. This is kind of mermaidy.
It is. Well, it's snakes. No, it's not. It's when I was trying to
Yeah, that's some
make
snakeskin stuff.
the honeycombs for you to print.
Mm-mm. Is it?
Yeah. That was what was left over on the plate.
Oh.
Yeah.
We should have honeycomb by next week.
Now, I'm going to take this and...
No, the B print. He said you didn't burn down the B print. You may want to get your...
Oh, I think I did. I'm sure I did.
Those are flowers.
I did.
There you go. Now she has. Oh, goodness.
I didn't do that? I was sure I did. Maybe I was all hot to trot on.
Yeah, I think so. Showing them.
Showing them.
I tell you, this has just been nuts lately. All right, what's next? You gonna show that snakeskin business?
Yeah.
Yes, the cardboard stamp for the honeycomb is pretty cool, but if you don't have the packaging or... The snakeskin stuff's working pretty good too. But we are going to get some honeycomb. Just in case.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Bye, Anthony. Thanks for hanging. Stella says we're watching your every move, Pete.
What is it?
Yeah, they're keeping you on, you know, keeping you on task and making sure you're doing the things you need to be doing. What were the two on the end there that you just put?
Micaceous iron oxide.
And then the other one is the ice blue, the folk art, and then the other one is her mix with the buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Oh, got kind of an interesting
I know,
goobery thing happening there.
And it's because of the paints mixing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, no worries. We're going to put 3 or 4 different colors on here before we pull up our... It's going to look really cool.
It's a buttermilk blue.
Buttermilk blue, yeah.
Fran would like to know if there's a recipe for that.
About this much of the buttermilk in the bottom and pour the rest of the
What's left
bottle.
in the bottle?
Yeah, this is the one that my bottle was broken.
I'd really like to
Okay,
shake
I
that.
really think that this is very uninteresting.
Yes,
Terribly boring.
that is true.
Terrible.
Thumbs up in the chat if you agree.
Terribly.
Or thumbs up in the comment section if you're watching this on replay. For those of you that are watching us, welcome. So happy you're here. Please do say hello in the chat. We would love to say hello back. If you haven't already, do give those thumbsy upsies and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, it is the freest and best way to support all things that we do here at PM Artist Studio.
Ta-da!
Some days are better than others.
That was the commercial break. Tell you what, I've been watching these stupid movies and they have commercials. I just.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Heather.
All right, I don't really like that either, but.
Oh, and thank you, Darcy. Darcy dropped in. Yes, we do stream 3 times a week. And there is the schedule.
But maybe this will be a little bit more interesting as far as being able to see.
Yeah, I think with this one, a higher contrast is sort of ideal.
I think it really is. And we're going to come up with the right combo here in a minute. Don't y'all give up on me, okay? Now see, we're still getting some of that shiny through there. Can you see it? Just on the edges. All right. That over there. Let's try a little bit more of this. Really like how this, and I'm going to try to keep it in the middle.
Can I shake that more?
You can shake to your little heart's content.
Thank you.
I don't know that I really want it all. I like it being goobery.
I don't know that I like it being goobery.
I like the goobers.
Ooh, I like this color combo. I know Fran does. Fran, can I get a woot woot? You know, Fran has that little shaker thing. We need that.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. You know, like, I think
They have it at Home Depot.
Well, it's like a miniature version of that, yes.
Izzy's a good shaker.
She is a good shaker.
Just
She's
a little
loud.
dance and pretends like she's...
Yeah.
Of course, she doesn't always want to do it when you want her to do it. Yeah, okay, that's starting to
And the
look
stencil's
good.
looking
Let's see
fantastic.
what this looks like. Okay, I think we need some green.
Well, this isn't truly green.
Boy,
It used to be green.
That lid wasn't on very good. I wonder if that's still... Well, I need to get
Ooh,
after that.
Yeah, you do. It's like
Fudge.
not the kind that we.
Whoop.
Oh goodness! Oh, that's a chunk. I don't. Is it spreadable?
I think so. Maybe with a little work.
Okay, yeah, wipe up your edge so I don't have to scrape that at a later date. Pretty please. Sugar on top.
I need to make sure that
Fudge on the side.
my lid's on good.
Kayla would like to know what made you choose the green. Yes, Goose Turd Green. This is actually just more like Van Dyke, is what she basically made. But it used to be what is the green?
Froggy green butter.
Yeah, the
Butter stuff.
Yeah, stencil butter from the Crafter's Workshop. The very bright green.
Well, because I think, you know, I'm making a python.
Oh, and yes, there's a little, it's kind of that iridescent-y. I think that obliterated everything.
More or less.
Yeah.
But I'm still thinking we can pull it off. We just needed something.
Stay with me, y'all.
Hey, you just gotta trust me on this, and you know, don't get all judgy.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just, you know, trying to make it
Yeah, because
entertaining.
it has. Mariah, what I do is entertaining enough. We don't need a whole lot of, you know,
chatty
blah,
commentary.
blah.
Yes, I know. I've heard that before.
All right, it's sticking to the, which is a good sign. Look at that. Look at what
Ooh,
a good
that's beautiful.
print we got off of that.
No.
But we're,
Stencil butter be sticky.
it may be time to, just because.
I love that though. And I think it's cool that the pattern, so when Brad created this, you see that there's some thicker areas.
All right, now I'm going to let this dry, but can you see what's going on here? We've got all kinds of mucky muck. It looks like somebody stretched a snake skin and it got a little bit moldy. But the last thing I'm going to do here is ombre this and pull it.
Yes. That's where you can bring in the color, or
And
bring it back.
I wanted to get those little cells defined. And if you've got them, lost my bracelet and I didn't even know it. No, I don't have time for that. Yeah.
There's a squirrel that ran through here, unlatched it.
I don't know when it happened.
Cheryl asks, I love this, is that the special circus tissue paper? Yes.
Carnival.
But I like that.
Circus, yes, it is. It's the circus brand. Okay, well, we've already got some stuff going on this plate here, which I think is interesting. Pardon me.
And when you have the crackle with the snake skin, I think it looks pretty cool.
It really does look cool. Looks very cool.
It's kind of creepy, but cool.
Creepy, but cool.
Yes, and Miriam, somebody else had even said, or it may have even been you, that it had sort of a, you know, like North American, like continent sort of look to it.
That's funny. I always think of this as Patty Tulloch Parrish's colors because she's the one that does this.
Yes, with the bronze. If you mix the orange Pebeo, whatever.
It's Pebweb. Pebeo. That's
Pebeo.
Yeah.
If you mix those two together, you get a bronze. Now, you've kind of thrown, what was the green that you tossed in there?
Green gold.
Green gold. Yeah, it's Python-ish. Aw, thanks, Violet. Yes, and if you do have the Arty perks, you can use the fun emojis to, yes, get the, because I see that when it's the big question mark. It definitely draws my attention to the chat for sure. Or if you are on a regular, like, I don't think that it works on any of the mobile device or any phones when you hit the @ symbol and PM Artist Studio, where then it comes up and you can tag it in the chat, then it lights up. But I think that only works on like desktop, and it might work on iPad, but I'm not sure of that. You guys will have to let me know. I wish they would get that to work on mobile.
I think that looks cool.
Yeah, these are like, yeah, snakeskin boots that need some conditioning. Ooh. Now, which one is that? Lucas Krill Studio. What color?
Carmen.
Wonderful. So yeah, so I think only on phone, like mobile, you can't do the call out at, you know, like, yeah, like Darcy just did there. And it should only light up for you. For the person that you have tagged, it'll light up.
This is boring, so I'm just going to go over the top of this.
Okay. So it works on Android. It doesn't work on iPhone. I know that. It works for Fran because she's special. Yes, that is true.
God,
Ooh,
no.
I love that. I love that a lot.
Hopefully we're going to be able to pick that up. Okay, we're going to let that sit a bit. Because I think it will pull all of it. Oh, I've got this really... Oh, Fran will love this.
Oh, yeah, that's some...
This is how I got my bees. Just putting them down in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Deb just took a chance on a warehouse 5x7 plate for $4. We'll see how pulverized it is when it gets here.
It's a 5x7?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ah, she found the... Oh, good job. Estella found all the emojis. And Diane doesn't know what we're talking about. She's just going to stick to her games. That's okay, Diane. If you're part of the ARTY perks, even on like the base level, that's the main thing that you get, like on the Powsy Wowsy. You get to play with the emojis, and you give a little support to the PM Artist Studio thing that we do. And then you go up to Mucky Muck, and you get 15% off of stencils. Plus you get the emojis and all that. Then if you go up to Loverly, you get one, and this is the first, the first time you place an order. And even if you re-up your Loverly or whatever, you just get it one time. But you get a signed print from P with a mat and everything. That's the Loverly, along with 20% off. And that's in addition to, the savings and things that we already have over there in our shop. And we just added in prints. And I will be adding more. It's just been a slow going process. P's been very into the Archipenko thing and then the bee collage, so I haven't had her watching Izzy as much. But
yeah, she's been...
I've been the food
kind
runner.
of just wild.
Ooh, I'm loving that.
Isn't that interesting?
Because usually I work till about 5 or 6, and you hang with Izzy. It's kind of amazing what one can get done in that amount of time if you're not stopping and starting and making,
14,000 times.
14,000 times.
Well,
Usually
the
they'll
thing
hang
is,
out together.
when I'm all set up and I'm gluing, and I've got glue all over my hands. I don't know how you do it without doing that. I haven't.
Oh, they really liked that one, by the way.
What?
That last little print there.
Oh, thank you. I want to do some more with this one.
I think you should. I like the possibilities of this. I don't even think that we have fully touched upon.
I don't really either. I'm running out of place. So.
Things are marinating.
I found a small one. And I don't know where my small skin is.
It's over there.
It is. All right, I'm going to start off and I'm just going to make it dark.
Oh, that's... So Fran, what she does is so chat doesn't work on her Kindle. And then, so she watches on her Kindle, but then she uses her phone for chat.
Oh, well, look at you.
Now, one of the things even though it does drive me crazy because sometimes, like, I'm slower at typing on my phone, but then I have the emojis, like, right there. That's kind of nice. Versus, like, selecting it and, you know. That is when I'm on chat, like on Fran's stream. Yes, the Baron is maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But yeah, that's the one that was from Anthony Cody with the PM Artist Studio in it. Didn't he do a fine job?
Isn't
He
that
already
beautiful?
left, but we can talk about him now that he's gone. He probably wanted us to be a little more chatty about him when he's here.
Bless his heart. All right, so now we've got our black established. Our little cells of our
Hey, Laura.
snake skin. So we can now come in and do some other things around it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
What are the things?
It's always got to have a bit of shimmer to it, I feel like, because I just think snakes are
Shimmery.
shimmery.
Unless they're molting.
Yeah.
Do they molt? I keep saying that. I don't know if it's molting.
I don't know that you call it molting when they lose their skin. I think it's just
shedding.
called shedding.
We have quite a few of them that she keeps collecting from the snake that lives under our deck. I'm very happy about the snake under the deck, because guess what? If there's a snake under the deck, they're not mice.
That's right.
And the little mice are evil little farts that like to chew on things and...
Yeah,
Really?
Brad had
I
to-
mean, they even chewed on the deck. The actual deck boards. Because we had them. Because we live next to water. So we have all kinds of critters and things. The snakes I like. I don't really see them. They don't really want to mess with you. Yeah. That's my feeling on it. They shed.
And it looks really cool. It kind of gives you a bit of a, jolt when you first see it, because you just think snake.
Candy, I think this is the 8x10 one. We haven't cut the really big one. So I'm pretty sure that this is the 8x10 version of this. And then we have our typical 5x7, 8x10. We also have some other very exciting things coming up in the next couple of weeks. I say couple of weeks because I think it's going to be a couple of weeks. Exciting announcements, new stencil things and things.
Some things.
Some things that I'm not going to talk about other than that.
Have you told me? Probably not.
A little bit, but
They
not-
don't tell me things
No.
because they know that I
She's-
spill the beans all the
She
time.
does. She's terrible. Her and Izzy are the worst.
Well, that isn't as phenomenal as I thought it was going to be, but I'm getting there.
Keep at it. You are. It's getting better. Your lines are getting defined.
I think it's just best to define the lines right away.
Mm-hmm.
Get it down.
Then add in the color
And
in
then
between.
add in your coloring. And I'm going to see if we can get using the fluid. 'Cause the other was
Yeah, they will eat everything.
Liquitex or Amsterdam. I don't know which one. Oh gosh, we've got it's such a situation here, and I'm not going to deal with it right now.
Okay, just remember you got a situation.
Situation. Now this is the lamp black.
It's been an interesting, Laura. We've gone from collage. We've given lots of updates on October and everything that you should be looking for in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artist Facebook group. All the different things that are going on in there. What else? Let's see. We went over Archie Panko. We did some swatching there, but no actual decisions have been solidified here. We've only gone over options because we knew that gluing anything down or making any rash true decisions might be regrettable.
Yes, and we already have a lot of time, and I mean, who cares?
Who's it? What's it?
Who's it? What's it? I'm retired. I don't have to know what day it is.
She's getting hooty. but she isn't coughing. I love it when she does. No, except for when she laughs.
Oh, that was funny.
I love it when you do that little kitty move. I think of that cat, you know, every time in that little video when you do that.
Now, see, it's still picking up little bits of shiny bits from prior. You know, I was picking it up off of the stencil. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get something else on here. Let's do something weird and different.
Yeah.
Let's go with let's go with an opaque and so we can see the difference.
Oh, I like that idea.
All right.
Aw, thank you.
What?
Kayla has given us a super chat. Thank you very much.
Aww.
She says, evil little fart. Ha ha ha, worth a repeat.
What's evil little farts?
I don't know if she's talking about the mice.
Oh, they are evil little.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're cute and furry and everything. But I'm telling you what, they can do some major damage.
Yes.
Just need to keep that in mind. Cute little furry critters.
Oh, they belong in the woods.
Yes. They're part of the ecosystem. That's where the hell they need to stay.
No. You don't realize. I know. Yeah. Oh, and moles will tear up a yard. And so, well, we have armadillos around here. And they're quite, because they're rooters. Ooh.
All right, now see what we got. We got transfer from the top of the stencil. And I could have left this and we could have pulled it with another color. But I wanted to have these side by side so that you could compare.
Oh, yeah, because you have the line from the stencil versus the outline from the plate.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ta-da!
Ta-da! That's what I feel. Ta-da!
Bye, Christy.
All right, let's look at these side by side here.
And remember,
you know, and it's really weird because sometimes I like the ghost print better than the original print, but sometimes I really love this a lot.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, you're just getting glimpses of color, but mostly just outliney.
Mm-hmm. And the other cool thing is to keep in mind with both of these, is especially if you're pulling them on tissue paper, you can always come back with sprays.
With sprays.
And fill in that color.
I can come back with this one, and I'm going to just do that.
Glaze it real quick. We've got like 7 minutes, so that'd be cool.
And
now, what were the two greens that you used? You used...
I used this one.
Okay.
And this one.
So the folk art color shift, and then the deco art. Which one is that?
Celery shoot opaque.
Was it celery shoot or was it the darker green one?
No,
you
it was
kind of
this
used
one.
a darker green one. Okay.
Celery shoot.
And the celery shoot is very similar to
Fern. And Lucas Krill.
And also similar to the paper artsy.
Dirty lime.
Was it the dirty lime?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly.
Now the dirty lime that we have is the transparent one. So
yeah,
as far as opaqueness, it is not, but it's in the color. Yeah.
But see, it is.
So there's always an option within all the different paint brands. Usually there's that color that you're kind of looking for.
Yes. And the thing about this is I want to really up the iridescent factor here. So I'm going to come back in with my, and I think I'm going to keep that in the center. But what I'm going to do on the other end is take and use exactly the opposite color of the color spectrum.
Yeah, Mazzy's had some run-ins with the opossum that's here.
Who?
The possum. The opossum.
Oh, you shouldn't be mad at them.
No, but Mazzy is, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. We couldn't invite them into the yard because she'd eat them.
Yeah, she's... Brad saved him.
Mazzy doesn't think anything needs to be in that yard except her.
Yeah. I wish she felt that way about the mice. Then we wouldn't have to necessarily worry about the snakes.
Yeah.
That's okay, like I said. I love this color combo. So that was the color shift. Or the shuttle. I think that's the shuttle one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to try to get some more off of here because I just want hints of it. I don't want it to be...
And there's still some down there, too. Of the... Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I think that's... Yeah.
So, if your color wasn't quite as punchy as you wanted it to be, I don't know what that was, but I shushed it away.
Yeah, I don't think Bentley's I think he's one of those cats that goes after the birds.
Oh my gosh, he brought in a huge rat, remember?
Here?
Van had it, just came out. It was...
I didn't know about that. They don't tell me these things.
Yeah, it's just as well.
Yeah. Now,
okay.
Mazzy straight
now,
by.
I think that looks very cool. We're going to let that mull a bit.
Aunts, those are daughters. Semioid has caught. Is that the type of? I don't know what that is. Is it a cat? Never knows what to do with it once it catches them. Just look at the human with a quizzical expression, like, I brought this to you. You do something with it. Oh, goodness. All right. Now what are you doing? And what colors did you use? You're supposed to be calling out your colors.
I can't talk right now. I'm busy.
Okay. Now the other thing is chunks of paint are probably going to be coming off of this thing. Remember, after a while, if you've used the same stencil repeatedly, the paint does build up, but then it will also release.
Yeah. And it's most generally speaking, that's not a good call.
Nope. Ooh. Bye, Heather.
I'm pulling a lot of tissue paper. I wanted to pull some. This, I think, what I want to do here is I want to see if I can get a bead transfer.
Okay, well, you got 2 minutes.
Oh.
You're starting to get in the happy zone of just...
Isn't that, see, I love the little leftover line stuff going on here. And I think... What?
Violet says, oh, and hello, Jan. It's just, let's see. Carrie asked if you could go, put a glaze over this. Yeah, you could put a glaze over any of these. That would definitely work. And the higher contrast, probably the better. Because do keep in mind, a lot of times those glazes are going to wash out what's already there. And that's, you know, if you're layering it up that way. But yes. And then Violet says, Fran, there's a tip for you. Just say, I can't talk right now. I'm busy. See, they stream together. Now, would you please, now that you are not so busy, can you talk about the colors that you use for that most lovely?
Well, actually, it's not. I can't tell you because there was some mucky muck on the brayer and.
But it wasn't that. It was kind of like a creamy color.
No.
You used that green?
Yeah.
And then you made a cream color over there?
Yeah. It's with the red.
I'm gonna have to watch the replay on that one. I didn't think that that's what you used.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's use some
Bye,
pink.
Colleen.
What?
Francis, I wish I could remember that. I normally just go, and this kind of...
I'm busy. I can't think
Yeah.
right now. No, my mouth doesn't work with my brain.
Yeah.
Okay, we thought this was a bit anemic, so we're trying to augment the color ever so slightly.
Oh, yes. And good call. Darcy says yes. So a glazing would indicate that it typically would be, yes. I mean, you could glaze it with a very thin layer of an opaque paint, but that's probably not going to go well. Yes, it would be helpful if that is a transparent paint.
Yes, definitely. That hence the word glaze.
Glaze.
Glaze, yes.
Sorry, that was my bad for not explaining that. I'm glad we have good people in our chat taking care of people.
And now see, look at that little bit of pink shimmer.
Lovely. That's a good glazing.
It's a good glazing.
Now, you want to know one glaze I do not like? Speaking of the holidays and such, that glaze that comes with ham is disgusting. She loves it.
I put it on there.
I don't like it. It's too much. Should we leave the stream on that?
Cheers,
Yeah,
y'all.
'cause I need to get
Look
some
at
more
this brayer.
food in her.
Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. I've got a big chunk of... I don't know.
Chunk of gunk.
What happened there? It's a mystery.
All right, for those of you that hung out with us
Not
today,
to be solved today.
That's right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We very much appreciate those of you that hang out, chit-chat with us. Those that lurk, we love you too. We just don't know about you.
We just don't know where you are.
Yeah, or what your name is.
We
That's
talk
okay.
to feel you.
That's totally fine. This is the end of the stream. We very much love that those of you that hung out with us in the live stream. Mucho appreciate it. But we also appreciate those of you watching the replays. Please let us know that you did. Leave those comments. Ask your questions. I love it when you even give me the timestamps and questions and things. You know I come back and answer them. I will make sure that if it's anything directed to P that she knows about it. If you want to hang out with us when we aren't streaming and hang out with many of these lovely folks that are here in the chat, that's over in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. Those links and many more are down below in the Show Me More area. You'll see a lot more, including like links to papers and things of that nature. So if you have questions about that, that is where you will find it. Otherwise, we will see you guys on Tweak It Tuesday.
Tweak It Tuesday. Adios. Muchachas.